Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. Today is Paper Crafting Saturday and I am Leslie Watkins. I hope you're well. It's a frigid day in the icebox of Connecticut. We're down into the single digits, but I'm very happy with the fire going and happy to be sharing some paper crafting with you today. So today I thought we would continue with our Blue Valentine theme, and I'll show you how you can make a cute gift box so that you can give your Valentines a nice special treat. So let me show you what I've got. To save time, I've already done some pre-cutting. So I've got my box base here, all right, and this is a really cute kind of a cake box style box, and this is one of the ones that I will be sharing with you in the upcoming box making workshop. We're going to do 3 different boxes, and a reinforced box, a simple box, and an explosion box, and I will be announcing that in notes from Dandelion Cottage, and you can subscribe to that on my website, dandelioncottagedesign.com, and also I will place a link below after I finish with the video. So with this box, I'm going to be using some of this beautiful DSP. This is the Paper Blooms DSP that is a Sale-A-Bration item. That means that you can't buy it, you can only get it for free. And this is one of the papers or the gift selections that you can choose when you spend $50. For every $50 you spend, you get to pick a gift. So that's one of them, and it's really cute. It's a 12 by 12 pack. There are, I think, 24 sheets. They're all double-sided, and they're really nice. And then the other thing I'm going to be using today is the dies from the stamp set. So this comes as a bundle, or you can get them independently of one another. It's called Forever and Always. And what I particularly like about it are these dies, because you can cut out the words always and love, as you see here. And here is an example of the love die. I've already cut it out and mounted it, and I also used the heart punch pack. So that is 2 punches, 2 different hearts, one with a straight edge, one with a scalloped edge, and you can layer them up to get this really nice effect. And I have popped the love up on dimensionals, so it's a tiny bit raised, so you get that very pretty shadow around the edges. And I put some dimensionals on the back of the heart too to get it ready to mount on top of the box. And then the other thing I have here, this is a piece of Misty Moonlight, and this is one of the cardstocks that comes in the In Color collection. Now, it doesn't exactly match this paper, but I really like that about it. I like that it's not totally matchy, but it's close enough that it goes with it perfectly. And I've also got some of this Misty Moonlight ribbon, which, as you can see, coordinates perfectly with that. Then we've got these really cute charms. So these are these little heart-shaped embellishments in silver. And I'll be using one of those on the lid of the box when we're done. Alright, so I just have a couple of other little things that I wanted to share with you before we begin. Excuse me. So the Blue Valentine workshop that I have coming right up has the registration closing tomorrow. So if you think you might want to participate in the Blue Valentine workshop, I will be sending out a reminder later today, but you have to be on my mailing list to get any of my communications. And once again, to get on the mailing list, you subscribe to notes from dandelioncottagedesign.com. and that's how you find out all about the upcoming classes, how to register, how to order a catalog, and much, much more. So please do that. Take a second to do that, and like I said, I will post the link below after the video. But very quickly, I just want to show you some of the cards that I've designed. These are using the products that I just shared with you, and I really like the way these came out. Here's an example of that cute little heart tied onto the ribbon with a knot. Got another one there. We have some fancy fold cards. All right, and then we have some I love this. This is one of my favorites. It doesn't get any simpler than this. It's just a very simple layered card, but I just think it's so pretty because that script is so beautiful. So that registration, Blue Valentine's card class, that's closing tomorrow. So do that fast if you haven't done it already. And coming right up, I have my painting in watercolor and ink class. So this announcement will be going out later today. Again, the same thing, get onto my mailing list so that you can get all the information about what you need to join this class. This is a free class. This is really exciting. There's a lot of free product with this class, and it's good for both watercolor painters and ink painters. So if you are a paper crafter and you have these re-inkers that you use to re-ink your stamp pads, and they're water-based, you can use these to paint with, and I'm going to show you how. So that also will be going out later today. And the last thing I want to show you is something I got, a present, which is really beautiful. And this little envelope is how I send out my Watercolor Card of the Month Club packs. And one of my students repurposed it and sent it back to me. And inside, check this out. Look at these beautiful masks. This woman is a fiber artist and a fantastic seamstress. She's a wonderful designer. She's on my design team, and she does these incredible cards, which I'm going to show you a sample of in just a second. But look at how beautiful these are. This one has the flowers and the strawberries. It matches our sweet strawberry bundle, which I'll be using in the weeks to come. And here's one with dragonflies that matches our dragonfly garden. So that was very exciting. Thank you, Shirley, so much for giving me these things. I love them. And let me show you, this is what she does with the cards. This is an echo print. So she actually made this beautiful design using leaves and steam, and these colors that you see in the leaves actually come from the leaves themselves. So this is very special, and I'm excited to have this card. Thank you again, Shirley. All right, so that's it for new and exciting. So let's get to our project. I've already done all the cutting of our box, so I'm just going to grab my bone folder and burnish all the flaps and tabs. I'll also be listing all of the tools and supplies below. And let me just check to make sure that we're broadcasting. And we are good. Okay. There we go. Okay. This cardstock is called Night of Navy. It's one of the colors that is in the Regals collection, and it is, I think, the perfect navy blue. You know, there's a lot of variations when it comes to navy blue, and I'm a huge fan of this color. And this is going to be a surprise for my male Valentine. So this makes a great gift for the men in your life. I'm just going to line those corners up. Make sure that that's nice and even. Box making is very simple, but it does require that you take the time to make sure that things are nice and straight for it to come out good. All right, and then, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the front flaps. Hold that for just a second. Does anybody have any plans for Valentine's Day? How do you celebrate it? This is a great year for sending Valentines in the mail, you know. It could be a lot of fun. You could send out secret Valentines and not let people know who they're from. Hi, Abby. I see Abby's on there. Nice to see you, Abby. What's the temperature in Tennessee today? It's got to be warmer than it is here. Now this is kind of a hybrid box. It's a kind of a partly reinforced box. And it's a really nice size. Excuse me, and it's very sturdy. So these side flaps fold right over, and they provide reinforcement to the side pieces, just like that. Again, the bone folder, very important. Not only does it give you a beautiful sharp crease and very finished look to your folds, but it also helps to distribute the glue, and it prevents you from rubbing your fingertips onto the paper and spreading the oils from your fingertips. So it's a very important tool for both paper crafting and bookmaking. So there we go. There's the bottom of the box. And then these flaps go in, and it closes perfectly like so. And then I have a little thumb hole that I've already punched out using a 1-inch punch. Now these punches are no longer available from Stampin' Up, but I'm sure you could find one someplace. And why we don't have them at Stampin' Up, I don't know. That's one of the great mysteries, because that's something I use all the time, and I keep it right on my desk so that I can have it handy. Now, because this is a special box, I also have some of the DSP from that paper bloom package that I talked about earlier. This is the one that you get for free with every $50 purchase, only until February 28th. And I'm going to use this as a liner on the inside of the box. Okay, so in this case, the flaps are going to go on the outside, and then I'm just going to check to see that this fits. And it does. See that? So let me just put a little bit of glue on the bottom, like so. And then on the, mine camera, on the sides where the flaps are, I'm going to hold off on the other sides for the minute because I'm just going to fold those down. This is a little bit tricky so as not to get glue all over yourself in the box, but it can be done. And if you do get a little bit of glue, that's okay. We can wipe it away. Oopsie. I'm having a little trouble here. Let me get that back situated better. Okay, there we go. Now, I did get glue around the edges, so all you do, I keep tissues handy just for this purpose, and you can just go around and wipe away any little bits of glue that you may have, and then later, after the glue is dry, you can use your glue eraser, and I will demonstrate that in just a minute, because if you don't have a glue eraser, I strongly recommend that you get yourself one. Alright, so then once you have that in there, you're just going to fold down these last two flaps, add your glue, push those up, give the whole thing a nice burnish, good and thorough. Make sure you get into all the corners. And then grab your punch and just snip that little extra bit away. Okay. And so let me show you my glue eraser. It's also called a rubber pickup. So back in the day when we used to create mechanicals for ads and brochures and things like that, which is sort of ancient history to a lot of you, not me. We used to call this a rubber pickup because we would apply the type with rubber cement, and so we would just, at the end, we would just go around and rub and just clean up all of those little bits where the glue may have seeped out, and it comes up right away. Okay? So there's that, and now I'm going to close up my box and we're going to start decorating the outside. So I've already cut a number of these side panels, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just get them centered on each side. And this is a little extra, you know, you may not always have time to embellish all four sides of your box, or even the inside for that matter, but let me just get this on here. I want to make sure I'm not putting the glue where that thumb hole is, so I made a little divot there. Yeah, so what I was saying was, but at least you can decorate the top of the box, and that's the most fun place usually, unless you've got a box with a surprise inside, which I also love to do. Okay, now just give that a once over. Make sure none of these pieces have shifted and they're where you want them to be. And now open your box again using the bone folder. I'm going to go right around. Give those a good burnish. Now at this point your box is super sturdy. All right, very sturdy, very stiff. It has 4 layers on the 2 sides and 3 on the front and the back. So this is a nice little box. It's going to hold its shape for years to come. So if you'd like to take a little extra time to decorate your box, it's well worth it, because whoever gets it is probably going to be keeping it as a keepsake. And now we're just going to do the top. So for the top I have another piece of my designer series paper, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue around the edges, just a thin bead, mount that onto my Misty Moonlight cardstock like so. Get that nice and centered. And I'm just going around the edges to smooth down the edges, make sure that they're nice and flat. Okay, now here is my ribbon, and I want this to be a side tie bow. Okay, so something like this. So just get an idea of how much ribbon I might want. And I'm giving myself a little bit extra because this is a box that will be open and closed many times. So I want to make sure that there's plenty of ribbon to be able to facilitate that. And what I'm going to do here is make sure I've got the front of my box facing forward, because I want the bow to be on the right hand side. I'm going to grab a little piece of tear tape. I'm just going to put that in the center of the top of the box like so. Give that a little burnish, make sure that the glue transfers to the lid of the box itself. And then I'm just going to peel off the backing and let me find my middle of my ribbon. So just getting that off to the side. Now I'm just going to take this and press that into place, just like that. Take my top layer, put some glue, put that right over top of the ribbon. So let's make sure we get that nice and straight. That looks pretty good, pretty good. Very good. Okay. So I'm happy with that. Again, the burnishing. So when I'm making boxes, there are 3 tools that are must-have tools. My bone folder, my paper snips, my liquid adhesive, and my trimmer. Okay. I'm not counting that as one of the 3. These are the 3 tools. All right, and if you don't have these, I will post a link below so that you can check them out. And you can use various adhesives, and you'll see me often using several. So for instance, I've got the liquid glue, the double stick tear and tape, and the mini glue dots and dimensionals. That's really all you need. But if you just wanted to start off with one, I would go with the liquid glue. I think that's the most versatile of the bunch. Okay, so there's our box. Now, before I close it, I want to put something in there, and it just so happens that I have these beautiful little Ferrara Rochers. I don't know how to say that. Is it Rocher or Rocher? Somebody tell me, please. And these are my favorites. 4 of them fit in here perfectly. I'm going to close that up. I'm going to bring my ribbon around. Tie it on the side, but before I make my bow, I'm going to grab my beautiful little silver heart. I'm just going to slip that. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it a little bit different because I don't want that thing to get lost. And if I slip it on the bow itself, it will fall off when the box is open. So I'm going to change up my original thought and make a faux bow for the front of the box. So now I'm going to take my beautiful layered die cut and punched heart. Just going to put this to the side like that, and now I'll show you how to make a faux bow. I'm just going to slip that heart like so as I'm tying the bow, and then continue there you go. That's pretty cute. Except my heart is upside down. Let me turn it. There we go. Okay, and now a quick snip. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. And I'm just going to take one of those glue dots. It looks like somebody got the glue dots on the roll backwards this time. I don't know how something like that happens. Give that a good pull. And I'm just pressing that down onto the glue dot like so. I'm just going to put this someplace. Let's see. I'll put it off to the side like so. So we've got 2 bows on this box. All right. Well, that is my special Blue Valentine box to share with you today. And I hope you can see that's really cute. What you can't tell is just how good it feels. It's really well made, it's sturdy, These papers are lovely. They're all archival and they have a beautiful feel to them. So there's our box, and let me put one of my cards out too. Let's see, which one will I use? Let's go with that one. There we go. Thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you make lots of beautiful things. If you do any of these things, I'd love to see them. Please share them with me. Remember that tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the Blue Valentine workshop. You'll get all the papers and materials and charms to make 8 beautiful note cards. And then right after that, I'm going to be sending out the message about the painting with watercolor and inks workshops. So you don't want to miss either of those. The next edition of Notes comes out on February 1st. And to sign up, you just go to my website, dandelioncottagedesign.com, go to the Notes tab, and there will be a form that you can sign up and get all of the information for all of these things that I have coming right up. So stay well, stay happy, stay creative, and I will see you next on Marvelous Monday.